Oh boy. I might have to fix up spoilers galore. But before that, of course, and all my rage for what happened on there, I had an idea. So I decided to do Originals Week with one of my favorites. And without further ado, this is Untouchable. So our main character, Li, is a vampire. Not just any vampire. She gets her energy slash life force from touching people. Preferably just, holding hands, touching their bare shoulders, bare back, etc. But because of the way that she was living her life with her family, she decided to set off and become a model. Which wasn't a bad idea considering her status and how much human-to-human contact she had to do. Of course, she stumbles, literally, upon a very nice individual and she calls him Chicken. Now, Chicken is just one mysterious dude, of course, and she just wants to go at him because she never tasted this type of touch before and she craves for it. And that might sound like something that might have come from a certain website, but let me tell you, that is just the tip of the comedy on here. Well, I say that in comedy, but in reality, it's still more of a very linear love story between a very needy vampire and a person that basically was 3 years ahead of their time at the moment of what's happening right now. And of course, along the way, you get to see her friends and her colleagues, all the connections in between for her and her journey of getting that chicken. So yeah, I'll keep that summary short and sweet for anyone who wants to pick up the completed story of Untouchable and see what you guys like about it. So this is the part where mainly I will talk about spoilers. I'll leave a timestamp here to just skip ahead. Okay, well, that's your spoiler warning. Even though they found out to one another that they're neighbors, she was putting up the effort for not only her type of food and energy, and also on top of that with some good old blackmail from the children's books and finding out that Jiho is a writer, also finding out his backstory along the way. Knowing her plan of just not only curing him, but also making this huge lie of liking him, only for how good he tastes. So the entirety of the journey is just one big lie until she actually has some form of feelings towards him. And on top of that, she even has like her best friends and like other colleagues who are guys. And that makes Jiho jealous. And more of his feelings come to light when he slowly starts to enjoy the amount of blackmailing dates in order to get his books back. But I think my favorite that is still early on in the series is the goldfish and how his trauma is sort of relinquished with the goldfish and what happened in between like the 2 or 3 chapters that the goldfish was in. It was pretty much how I was thinking, wow, this kind of defines a little bit of like trauma and mental health issues at the top of what's going on in a very subtle but somber way. And of course, I kind of forget, on top of all of this, her family member, her sister, is just basically a therapist. So you get in between commentary of what's going on, which is pretty great, but also pretty messed up when you get like the character development before they are actually in love with each other. So this is the end of the video. I hope you guys don't mind this weird relationship that is technically hunter x prey, a different version of vampires. The kind of psychological and philosophical aspects about love, what it means to have physical contact as a human, etc. And yeah, this will be a nice start to Originals Week. I swear this is the last time I'll ever do another romancy one. I'm sorry, I just enjoyed that genre too much. And thanks for watching.